Alright guys, so I messed up. Again. Feel like this is not the first time I've had to make this video, and I'm really hoping this time it's my last time, guys. But I looped my bike. Oops, yeah. Big oops on that one. Big yikes. Ta-da! It's like the world's shittiest prize, right? I didn't get any tickets or anything like that. Thankfully, I don't think I was technically doing anything wrong. I was in my own area, doing my own thing. I have goofed up. Now, there's no reason to clickbait you guys into this stuff. You clicked on the title because I fucked up, and we're just gonna get straight to it, all right? No intro game. I went out for a ride. I didn't have my GoPro on or anything like that. All I had was a jacket, my phone, my wallet. I was wearing gloves this time, and it didn't really help all that much, but it saved me a lot more pain than what I was in last time. All right, so what happened? Basically, what happened was I went to go do a wheelie, and the bike came up, and it came like way too far back, and by the time I realized it, I went to go hit the rear brake, but like it was like my brain and my foot did not connect, and I was just like, well, this doesn't feel right, and then looped the bike. Thankfully, someone happened to be kind of near me when I looped, and they saw it, and he happened to be an EMT guy as well. So here's what happened. I loop it, I go all the way back, I flop around on the road, I do a couple spins, maybe anywhere between 30 and 50, I'd say, because I usually pop the bike up around 25, but I just shifted into third. So maybe like 40, maybe 40 to 50 range. Flipped over a bunch on the road, and as soon as I finally stopped rolling, which did feel like forever, I'll admit. When I crashed, I was like, dude, I feel like I'm rolling a lot for this accident. I felt like it was a lot of rolls. So I finally come to a stop, and this is where I'm gonna warn you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys some kind of like gross stuff. If anybody is squeamish to stories, there's no video footage or anything like that, but I'm gonna tell you exactly step by step what happened. And there's some stuff that people would probably like cringe at. So I'm just gonna warn you guys. So anyway, I go to stand up, and immediately I like fall back over on my side because my foot would not support my weight, and I immediately knew. I was like, oh shit. Let's say that I'm laying on the side of the road here. So now I pick up my left foot via my calf. I'll use it like this. I picked it up like this, and my whole foot was just drooping. It was like dangling. It was like wiggly, and it was floppy like this, and I was like, that's not good, right? I immediately knew I fucked my ankle. Like that was a guaranteed I'd fucked my ankle. But so I'm sitting there on the side of the road with my ankle all floppy like this, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, I don't feel any pain right now. Maybe it's just out of place and I can reset it. I don't know why I thought that. Picture this as my left foot instead of my right foot, but I take my left ankle and I just kind of like shove it, try to shove it back in place. I'm like, and I'm like, okay, cool, and it droops out again, and that's when I was for sure I'd fucked something up completely. I knew I was in a lot of trouble at that point. I was like, oh shit. So I like waddled back over to the side of the road, waited for a car to come and hopefully see me, like, hey, hello. And that's when, the EMT guy showed up, and he was all like, dude, are you okay? What happened? I was like, I'm not great. I'm okay. Like, that's the one thing I keep telling everybody, like, I'm okay. Right? Nothing detrimental. I still have all my hands and my feet and whatnot. Hopefully after this surgery, I'll still have my foot, It's not too bad. I do have some torn ligaments. I can still wiggle my toes though. Anyway, the dude's like, oh yeah, it's obvious. You fucked your ankle up. It's totally screwed. And I was like, classic, Dan. So he's like, do you want me to call 911? And I was like, no, not yet. All right, let me call Laura first, because then she can decide if I need 911, I don't know why, but I just needed her to be there. And thankfully we weren't very far from the house. I found my own little spot kind of off in the distance. So I call Laura, and she shows up, and so do the neighbors. The neighbors just happen to be driving by the area, like crashed in a kind of a convenient spot near enough to the road where people could see me, and it just happened to be a bunch of people that needed to know I crashed. It was really convenient. And she's like, yeah, we should probably call the doctor. And this isn't her first rodeo with me breaking some shit, so especially during a motorcycle wheelie, so it's not like this is her first time. We did call the ambulance, said, hey, we for sure definitely need to call the ambulance. And honestly, like, I wasn't in that much pain. I know that's gonna sound really weird, and I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy, but realistically the pain has not been nearly the worst part. I would say idle, it's about a 1 or a 2, and then in its worst, it's probably like a 3 or 4. It's really not bad. The only time it really hurt, I don't even want to say like hurt, because it wasn't really pain as much as it was just awkward shock. One of the paramedics that was taking care of me at the scene, he wasn't paying attention and ended up kicking me right in the ankle. I mean, like right in the ankle, unsupported, nothing. And I let out like this like gut-wrenching sound. I'd never made a noise like it before in my life. And it wasn't because it was painful, it was because it felt so fucking weird. It felt like he had kicked my foot off of my leg. It was pretty awful. And like I get it, there's a lot going on, but I feel like kicking me in the leg after I've just broken my ankle should be like pretty high on your priority of don't do's. Anyway, they took me to the ER. They were very nice. They treated me with respect, like, cause I've been in these shoes before and I've been treated not so well, right? Like the first time I looped my motorcycle, I was treated like I robbed a bank. And I'm not saying that I was innocent, neither am I this time, but like the way I was treated the first time was pretty shit. Like I was 17, 18-year-old kid. I looped my motorcycle and I had fucked up hands, I had fucked up feet, I'd broken both my feet last time, right? And there's this big lady bitch cop next to me, and I'm not being rude to all police officers in general. As a matter of fact, the cops that helped me out on this venture were very nice. They helped me get the bike because I couldn't ride it back. They hid the bike for me behind one of the churches that was nearby. So they were really chill. But this tall lady bitch cop that wrote me the ticket down in Brunswick, she wrote me like 3 or 4 tickets, and she's like, all right, sign it. And I was like, 3rd-degree burns on both of my hands at the time. All my fingertips had been burnt off, and all the skin on my palms had been burnt off. This is the worst I got this time around, which is actually not bad at all. But picture this on like every inch of your hand. So she tried to make me sign that shit, right? And then on top of that, like the staff wasn't really, not to say that I'm trying to review the staff here, but they treated me like shit. And when it came time for me to leave, they handed me crutches. Crutches. They didn't wheel me out. They handed a dude with 3rd-degree burns on both of his hands and 2 broken feet a pair of fucking crutches, and they said, have a good day, you fuck. I get it. I guess I get it. This time around, maybe it's just because of that small town shit. Brunswick was really kind of a shithole of a town. And I say that in not like a hurtful way, because I still have friends in Brunswick. But it's one of the reasons I left Brunswick is because of how trapped I felt in that town and how shitty the people were. And like how not a good place that city was. And it's very clear now what the difference is between living somewhere that's not like that. I don't know how else to describe it, but the way I was treated this time from the police officers, from the medical staff, the people around me, dude, like everyone always wonders how I can keep my head so calm in a crash. And it's like, because I'm surrounded by these kind of people. So no, this time, the medical staff here in I guess Marietta, they were very nice to me. They were all down with me joking and talking shit because that's what I needed to do to like not feel pain, if that makes sense. And they let me do it, and they joked along with me, and they helped me feel better about the situation. Dr. Nicholas, he was like, all right, so we got to reset your foot because you didn't do a good job, dumbass. And I was like, all right, that's fine. He goes, now, you seem like a tough guy. Those are his words, not mine, but I'm saying that a doctor called me tough. Like sometimes when we're setting patients, broken bones and whatnot, we knock them out with anesthesia for just a couple of minutes to set it. Then we wake them back up. And he goes, do you want to not do that? Do you want us to set it without anesthesia? And I said, would you normally do that? And he was like, no, absolutely not. 100% of the time. And I said, well, yeah, thank you. I want to be knocked out. It was actually a great time. I had a very fun time with the medical staff. And the police officers who helped me, they were very fun and charismatic. And like, I know it's not a fucking restaurant or a movie theater. I can't leave a 5-star review on Yelp. The people who were there to help me made me feel better about being fucked up. And even now, see, that was Wednesday. Tomorrow I have my doctor's appointment. And they're gonna tell me how fucked it is and what kind of surgery or how much surgery or if I even need surgery, which it's probably gonna need surgery. So that's gonna be a really fun day. I'm not looking forward to it because it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. But the staff is being really awesome. They're seeing me before their surgeries because there wasn't an appointment available for me, but because they have to get me in a certain amount of time after a break like this, they're making exceptions for me, which is really cool. And again, still not in much pain. It's awkward because, again, this is gonna sound really gross, but every time I get up, every time I move, every time I shift my leg, I can feel my ankle and my foot completely separate of the rest of my body. I can feel like moving around and shifting around and doing its own thing. Really fucking weird, dude. I do not like it. It's not painful, but it feels bad. You know what I mean? It feels wrong. But that being said, I'm okay. I have a long, painful journey ahead of me, but I appreciate the support you guys are gonna give me, and when I come back, I'm gonna be better than ever, and I hope that this is the last time I ever have to be down like this. I don't wanna break any more bones. It sucks, right? Now, I am extremely tired. Doing this kind of stuff for some reason just absolutely takes the energy out of me, and I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get this video up. I told everybody I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch and doing all this other shit while I'm down, which I had aspirations to do. Kind of fucking worn out, man. I don't really understand. I mean, like, I guess I understand why, but like, I'm way more tired than I thought I was gonna be. So I will still be trying to do Twitch and make YouTube videos in the meantime. You're gonna have to look out for them the best you can. We did one the other day with playing Rainbow Six Siege the other day for the first time in like 5 years, bro. And it was such a good stream. You guys can go back and watch on it. It's twitch.tv/DIWD if you want to see it there. I've also considered streaming on YouTube, but I've never done it before really, so I don't know. How about this? How about you guys leave in the comments what you think would be like appropriate for me to be able to do and that you guys would enjoy. I'm going to be doing my best to do what I can when I can, and I appreciate the understanding. In the meantime, I will be either here in bed, relaxing, going nowhere.